Good morning. Welcome to another Edinburgh Community Cleanup. Today I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I want to tell you why this matters to me so much. And it starts from childhood. For most of my life, I have had this core belief that I am not worthy of love, and I believe that I am not a good enough person. As a young kid, I grew up in a home that and often did turn physically and mentally abusive, and it could happen at any minute for any reason. And then when I was 10, I was sexually abused, and this left me feeling abandoned, unwanted, and completely alone in this world. And I was filled with such an intense fear of everything. In my house, when I tried to be good, but I still failed to meet those expectations of my mum and my stepdad, and I was punished, I became angry. And I've spent years moving from one failure to another, trapped in this anger. And it's a cycle. And it's a cycle of fear. The fear of not being good enough, the fear of abandonment, the fear of intimacy, fear of rejection, and quite a few others. And I became a professional victim. And that's how I live my life, full of fear and ready to blame everybody else. And that fear created anger and resentment. And that's how I would act, and that's how I would behave, and my attitude and everything was based in fear and anger. And through my actions, I would create this really deep sense of guilt and shame. And all that guilt and shame really did was feed that belief that I'm not worthy, that I'm not good enough. I spent 24 years in a relationship with Liz. We had 4 kids. Beautiful, beautiful woman. And I miss her so much today. Just that simple thing of holding her hand. But she became an alcoholic through her own mental health issues. And that alcoholism affected me really bad. I was already switching between depression and anxiety every day. And my whole world became this whirlwind of chaos. And today I can admit it, much of it I created myself. And then 6 years ago, my body started to break down on me. Break down. I woke up one morning, massive pain down my right leg, ignored it, carried on going to work for a full year until I couldn't walk. And I went to doctors, and it was sciatica. And after another few months, I went for an operation, which failed. There's a surprise, another reason to blame everybody else and hate the world. And the scar tissue from that has started to damage another nerve, which is neuralgia something. I really cannot pronounce that, the second word, so. But I'm in constant pain every day. Some days it's, some other days it's, just leave me the F alone. And my back, I've got these back issues I've had for a while, but at any time, that's it, just a click of the fingers, and I cannot even sit up, I can't move. It is just so much intense pain. So I've got another reason to blame the world. And after 7 years of Liz's alcoholism, Liz died. It took her. And only 2 months after her death, my 3 kids and I were made homeless when Edinburgh Council decided they were going to renovate the flats, and they bought the house off our private landlord. The stress over the last 3 years of being homeless, dealing with my pain, dealing with Liz's death, dealing with the struggles of, like, 3, they're no kids now, you know, they're all sort of 18, 19 and 20 something. but it's took its toll, and I self-isolated and I withdrew from the world. And that victim card that I had meant I could blame everybody else.
And first of all, I wouldn't sign them off for life, which is almost what we're doing with a lot of people, so they can actually sit on welfare for the rest of their lives without working. I would actually make them go and clean graffiti, go and help older people who need help. Basically, go and actually do some form of community service, which is a benefit.
Now, listen to Rupert Lowe in that video there talk about this. It really hit me, and I have been reading about Restore Britain beforehand. For years, I've been stuck in that same place, full of fear, full of anger, and full of blame. Never once accepting criticism, and never once accepting responsibility. But something changed when I joined a 12-step program called Al-Anon, and that's for the friends and families of alcoholics. I'm going through these steps, and it's given me a completely new way of looking at life, and it's given me a new attitude and a new way to behave, and I'm stopped being the victim, and I've started taking responsibility for my own life, and that's why I'm here today. Today, I've decided I want to be the person that I have always wanted to be, but I've always been too scared to do it. And every day I wake up, I overcome every one of my fears every single day. I'm no longer waiting for someone else to fix things. I'm doing what I can right here in my own community. That's what the litter picking's really about for me. It's not just about cleaning the streets. It's not just about building a support for Restore. It's not just about saving our country. It's about saving me. It's about taking action. It's about showing up. It's about proving to myself that I can be good enough and I can be the change I want to see. So today, I've done my clean-up. You'll see the pictures as usual. But I want you to know this. If you're struggling, and it doesn't matter if it's physical pain, mental pain, loss, or you are just feeling stuck in life, I want you to know that you are not alone and you don't have to stay stuck. Come and join us. Send me a message. Decide to clean up your own street, and I will travel to anywhere in Scotland to stand beside you. I will help you as much as I can, because we are not victims anymore. It's time that we take responsibility, and we can do that one step, one bag, and one day at a time. So thanks for being part of it. Have a great day.